What is up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I did turn my microphone down a little bit. I was rewatching the stream last night, a few parts of it, and it seemed kind of loud at certain parts. So if it's too soft, let me know. I just turned it down just a little bit. So, but got about 10 minutes till New York Open. How's everybody doing? Yeah, no problem, Maria. Thanks for coming. I still Emma was here yesterday. Frank's been in here a bunch. I see a bunch of people from yesterday. What's up, Tyleek? Switch over here in a second. Do some charting, but let people join in here in a second. We'll go back and look at the oil, how oil played out from our trade from yesterday. What camera? It's a Sony mirrorless camera. Sony A7 IV. What's up, crazy like a fox? Yeah, I'm gonna share the chart in a bit. Got your first payout. Nice. Morning, good morning. It's a Sony A7 IV. And the lens, I think the lens costs just as much as the body of the camera. Yeah, Mr. Slim, I'm not really on Twitter that much anymore. Not what it used to be. It was fun a few years ago, but now it's just a bunch of in my opinion, it's just a bunch of nonsense on there now. I'd rather be on here. This is more curated, I feel like. And I can actually connect better with people on here than I can on Twitter. Twitter's just a bunch of text. Yeah, Jack, we got a win on oil yesterday using ICT. We'll review that here right now, actually. So, got NASDAQ up, but let's go take a look at our oil trade from yesterday, right? You can see we did get a nice move down and actually did take out previous day's low Tuesday. So, yeah, dump truck. And that was the 10 a.m. news, right? Or 10:30 news. On a 15-minute here. We got short in this wick right here, and we were trying to get equal lows, and I hopped out right here, and then boom, right? It delivers all the way down, not just previous day's low, but to the bodies of the lowest body in this daily swing right here as well. Hits that, and then it starts consolidating around. 1, 2, 3 times hitting that. So big move down, right? And I bet if we get the projections, it come down to the -2.5, -2 retracement / reversal zone, boom, and that's where the move stops. Probably random, right? But lines right there, 1, 2, 3 times on that level. How far below liquidity can it go? I don't know. Let's flip out the projections, right? Oh wait, you can't see. There you go. Sorry, I forgot my camera might be in the way. But yeah, 1, 2, 3 times below this daily candle body, lowest body in this swing. But yeah, 10:30 sent that sweep of this high, and these lines and stuff, right? Order block right here, opening price on that series of up close candles. Boom, 15-minute fair value gap right here, and then also you have consequent encroachment or 50% of this daily wick. This red line here. Come up in nice little confluence here. 1, 2, 3 different things, and you're in a premium. High to this low. You're an optimal trade entry up. Send it out. So a lot of stuff going on right here. And then you saw, right, lack of displacement above this high, displacement down. and we end up getting short 5 minute here. I'll just log in and show you. Right, short right here off the 5 minute inversion. With the breaker swing pattern, right? Throw the fib on, get clear targets. And then I got out when we closed above this 5 minute fair value gap. In hindsight, I was kind of going back and looking at, I probably shouldn't have taken the full position off. I should have just taken a few contracts off instead of all 9 of them to lock in the $800 loss from the day before, right? Instead of taking the whole position off, just leave my stop at break even, take a few off, and then let it play out, right? That I should have done that in hindsight, but in the moment, I just took all 9, and we're up a few grand on the week, so is what it is. Take value is $10, so it's really easy to calculate. You know, every full handle move, right? You can see right here, it moves in increments of 10 ticks in one of these dollar increments here. So one, you know, a 10-cent move is going to be $100 on contract. Good morning. But yeah, it's like 9:27. So let's go watch some indices here still. I actually haven't really done too much analysis this morning. Woke up a little late, so we're gonna clear the chart off this. And then let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and log out again because I don't want to be pressing hotkeys on accident. A chart link? I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, this is oil. So far, nice, real nice downtrend, you know? Coming up in these premium arrays, tanking, premium arrays, tanking. That's what I like. Whereas we compare that to oil, right? It's really been, there hasn't been many retracements. And if they are, right, it's just a lot of chop. You might get one nice move, right? But that started in lunch this week. So all this I'm not really interested in. But if you look, right, if we look at our targets that we've been talking about on the daily chart, we just tapped into the highest body of this swing on the daily, right? So there's one. Consequent encroachment of this wick right here, the red, and then above that swing, more buy side, right? So we're tapping into that right now, but it's just been kind of lackadaisical. We've taken out previous day's high. I'm kind of just watching to see what happens. But 9:30 open in about a minute 30. I'm gonna sit in the higher time frames just like yesterday and watch. But we can go ahead and mark out some stuff, right? For our PD array, supporting price. And if you want, you can throw bid line on. The body's kind of respecting that there. So let's go ahead and make this visible. There we go. How often do I live stream? I've live streamed every day this week so far. This is like my first week ever doing like live trading on YouTube. Just kind of seeing how I like it. Yeah, bro, it's crispy cold. Let's go check out ES and compare to NQ real quick. So obviously ES is higher, right, in this swing, in this dealing range than NQ so far. But it doesn't really take much for NQ to start running. You do have an imbalance right here above this swing we were talking about, that daily swing high. An imbalance above that, so it could be reaching for that as well. But it's just been straight up. It really hasn't been a retracement on a daily. Like at least here you're getting some kind of pullbacks on the daily chart. Here you're getting pullbacks into higher time frame arrays. This has just been straight up, you know? So same with here. At least you're getting some kind of pullbacks on higher time frames. This has just been kind of up, some kind of consolidation, up, consolidation, up, consolidation. You haven't really gotten that retracement really. That's why it feels like you're chasing when you're trying to just long this thing. Let's go look at 9:30 now. We pull up regular trading hours, right? There's a gap here. Right? New day opening gap here. And we're just fought through this. Regular trading hours gap. But yeah, there's a gap in price between when 9:30 opened just now and we closed at yesterday's close. Yellow area. So let's see what happens, right? Not trying to rush anything. We do have 9:45 high impact news with PMI, and it's still Jackson Hole Symposium week. Powell speaking tomorrow morning. So I'm really just watching to see how we react off these levels here. And we've taken out previous day's high here. How about this? But the range today, 140. Here a 6, 148 handles so far. Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me about gold. I was looking at that right before I started the stream. So we talked about that daily fair value gap here yesterday. You can see now those equal lows. It looks like it wants to dig into that now. And that's after we took out these highs. Talked about it yesterday. Kind of array. So new company gap. You have some balances. Oh, it's now below. So we'll see. Maybe gold will move nicely today compared to indices. I'm still watching indices on my other monitor. Don't forget I have another monitor with S stuff. But put on the 15 minute for now. And also dollar, right? Talked about weekly levels still. We got below the bodies yesterday, and you saw a nice little retracement off that. And now we're hitting the CE of that wick that I pointed out in the beginning of this week. The reaction off that, right? These levels have all been on my chart since the beginning. See how we're so. See if it wants to stay inside here. Can't really see, can you? There you go. Just see what it does, right? Digging into these up close candles here. Yeah, we talked about these weekly levels. Lowest body of the swing, midpoint of the wick, and then the swing low down here. Gotten nice reactions off that, as you can see here. So that's on my other monitor. That's pretty much it. Yeah, let's just see how gold reacts in here. We'll watch indices here too. Oil. You got some imbalances here. Like, what's been the theme, right? Drop, retrace into these higher time frame imbalances, and then drop again. So maybe still have swing low down here. And honestly, it looks like equal lows here and here on oil. Let's see how that goes. But it doesn't have to come down here, right? We've already purged below the bodies. It doesn't have to come down here, but it can. So I'm waiting to see, right? This daily candle, look at the low on this candle. Can want to come up into this daily candle, immediately rebalance it. And if it does do that, I want to see the lower half of this wick. Right, I want to see how it responds there. On this daily candle's wick. And it kind of aligns, right, with these imbalances here, up in a premium. So maybe some confluence in there with a new eco bidding gap. That's oil for you. And obviously you have equal lows right here too. Maybe oil might be the play compared to this nonsense. But other than other than gold, oil, indices, that's pretty much all I trade. I don't want to spread myself too thin across trying to watch a bunch of different stuff. But I really only like trading commodities when the indices are moving slow. I always prefer trading the indices. Edging to oil right now. But if you're having a good morning, don't forget to like the stream. If you're new here, feel free to subscribe. You'll get alerts when we go live. I've been live every day this week, and I'll go live tomorrow as well. Yeah, I don't really like trading commodities on the lower time frames, like 1 minute and stuff. 5 minutes is probably the lowest I'll go. I think he's just been kind of shitty, in my opinion, right? I might think it's shitty. You might be making money, right? It doesn't. This is obviously everything in here is like my opinion because you could be making money while I'm trading something else. That's the beauty of it. But if you're on like a 15-second chart, maybe you are scalping your ass off and making money. That's great. That's just not the type of trader that I am, you know. So I'm gonna think. In my opinion, the price action sucks, but you could be killing it, right? So remember that highest body right here aligns with the big figure, 20,000, 20,001 handle, and that's what we just hit just now. What's up, DL? And Nick, welcome back. All right, let's do a poll. We got 173-ish people in here. Let's do a poll. I want to see. All right. I want to see who has attended the stream all 4 days so far that we've done it. Don't feel bad about saying no. I just want to see. Curious. Appreciate it, Aaron. It's been great with you guys too, just chilling. Emma, I've seen you in here all 4 days. Nick, I've seen you in here a bunch. What's up, Hottie? Welcome. Appreciate it, Razor. 4 for 4. I feel like if we did the poll kind of early in the morning too, I feel like everyone who's in here right now has probably been here the past couple of days as well. What's up, Shahir? Everybody? Yeah, I mean the streams only really go for about 2 hours, maybe 2 hours 30. Because I usually go from 9:15 to like 11:15, 11:30. How did you guys? Okay. Yeah, I've done it every day this week. We're gonna do it every day this week, even though it has been like not the best action on indices. But that's the reality of it, right? It's not always gonna be a pedal to the metal week. Look at oil, look at gold. Just watch oil for a sec. Got this. Nothing really I like yet on anything. I'm just watching the 15-minute. The 5-minute looks like kind of chop still. A lot of wicks. See, just inside this imbalance. Like I said it. I've said it before. What a lot of people do is if they don't see anything on the higher time frames, they like to go to the lower ones, right? But it's like usually the opposite. I'll just sit on the higher time frames until I see something, and then I'll move lower, right? But if we're in chop, a lot of people instead of just sitting, they'll try and go down lower, find something. But if I can't even find something I like on the higher time frames, then I don't even want to go on the lower ones. Oh, you had to go? Yeah, no problem, Axel. Just the beginning, Oscar says. All right, so let's look at the poll. I think everyone's had about 80% of people, or 8 out of 10 people have been here all 4 days. So don't be lying. I'm gonna find out if you're lying. Yeah, look at that. It went from 79 to 78. People getting scared. Yeah, kind of just watching to see what happens on oil. Equal lows, more daily chart downside targets. Honestly, God, I hate when it doesn't show. Right, this is it might be a monthly low. Yeah, this is a monthly low down here. And if you want, right, we can cut these wicks in half, like you see here. So maybe we stutter on some of these levels before getting down here. It might be. You can see here, right? I'm just chopping on that level. If we pulled our fib, right, lines up the -2. But it's 9:45. Let's go back to that stack and see what's up, right? That PMI just dropped. Tempo says I just lurk. Yeah, don't worry if you guys are just watching, don't feel bad about lurking. but it's nice to see people in the chat interacting. All right, we'll send the poll. So I'd say about 3/4 of people have been here all 4 days. But yeah, we just had news 9:45. In case you're wondering what we're talking about PMI. And there's some medium impact at 10. And you have the Jackson Hole day 1. That's all day today. Also, people were talking about the ads yesterday. I have ads on the lowest setting, so it's not like I'm not trying to spam you with ads. It's on the lowest setting, but YouTube pushes monetized content more than anything else, right? Because they want to get the ad revenue. So that's why I have it on. And also, if I can get the channel like supporting itself, right? And that's another reason I'm thinking about adding like memberships, right? You can subscribe to the channel or like, tiered memberships. If you want to support the channel and you like it, it'd be great, right? And people let it come out, oh, you're not making enough money trading. Why you need to make money from ads and channel memberships? Yeah, I'm trying to make money from channel memberships because these people, they just don't get it, right? If I can get the channel supporting itself, right, where I don't have to do anything except just show up, that means we can hire editors, push out more content. We can get thumbnail artists in here, get moderators in here, right? There's a whole bunch of different stuff we can do if we get the channel up and running, supporting itself. So, and it's not like you're required to sit here and pay the money to subscribe. Like, and we can get custom emojis and stuff. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Just wait. Let me, I'll tell you what kind of emoji we about to get. We're about to get this one here. I sent it in the Discord the other day. Maybe I have it. Yeah, James, like, I want my custom emoji. Actually, I don't want to be exposing my files. Where is, oh yeah, we're about to get this thing. Tell me this wouldn't be a sick emoji. Yo, spam the chat with the print emoji. That thing would be sick. Printer emoji. But yeah, if we can get that in here. So YM's tanking. Or a gimme emoji. YM down. Still just chopping on NASDAQ. Renee says the printer. All right, let's see. Let's go check out oil again. I mean, it's the cleanest out of all of them, right? Gold might set up on something. It might take a little bit, though. Right, we're digging here. Generally, what you'll see is if this is going to send price higher, right, on the day, usually you'll dig into it one day, and the following day, you'll get the reaction out of it. Like this day here, right? Dig into it on this day, and then you get that reaction out of it. Right? And this day was kind of weird, but yeah, like here's another one, right? Dig into the higher time from array on this day, boom. And then you get a reaction out of it this day, boom. Down close day of like 50 handles on oil. So nice little rule of thumb. It's not like that all the time, right? But generally speaking, that's how I look at it. This could be a dig into it day, and then tomorrow, if it does want to support price, run higher. Sorry, this isn't oil. This is gold. What am I talking about? There's a little imbalance. 1 hour. 5 minutes still. I'm not really interested in trading the 1 minute in these conditions. Like, yeah, it might be there, but look at that. I want something obvious. Like that oil play from yesterday off the breaker was obvious. Those are the trades I like. Go look at that. Like compare this price action to what we saw yesterday after the news hit. Clear sweep of the high. Back in the range with displacement down. Breaker forms, and you have like an inversion off this gap, right? Respected on the way up, disrespect on the way down. So now I'm thinking, okay, respected it on the way up. More likely now that's going to be respected on the way down. So already saw evidence of that here. Comes down, hits it, and that's where I got short. And then it tanks, right? So that was just a clean A+. Like I hammered that setup. But when you compare it to what we're seeing here, right, there's really nothing. So I'm going to sit my higher time frame. Let's not forget, right? We're in these days have been compared to what we want. But you guys, if I'm focusing on this, right, and you might, if you see wrong thing. I got oil pulled up on my other monitor now, so we can watch that. If I don't miss anything. But yeah, today might be a no trade day, right? Yesterday was kind of looking like that too. For a bit until the 10:30 news came out on oil. Yeah, patience pays, as Talik said. Like a paradox in trading, right? You can take less trades and you make more money. Why? Because you eliminate the bad trades to undo the good trades, right? The unnecessary losses, you remove that and you end up making more money. So all right, Devra wants the chart layout. What do you mean? Like it's literally just the three. Just this. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, gold did dip into that. Those equal lows / daily FVG. Recommend a futures firm. When you say firm, you talking about like a funding firm, like a prop firm? I enter trades on anything from like maybe a 4 hour all the way down to a 1 minute. But generally, I like 5 minute entries, 15-minute entries. I can trade 1 minute. I can trade 4 hour, but the type of trades that I'm looking for, like short-term trades, hold all day type trades, or hold for a few hours. Nah, I don't have any recommendations for a prop firm. I don't trade prop firms. It's funny, like I've had numerous prop firms in my DMs on Twitter trying to partner, but looking back, I haven't responded to any of them. But looking back, like a few of them actually ended up going under. I think like SFT went under, or just something happened with that. I didn't really look too much into it. And then I think Funded Engineer sent me an email like months ago. And there's a bunch of other ones too, but I don't trade prop. Like I'm not gonna sit here and recommend stuff that I don't actually use, you know? Like I'll recommend TradeZilla. I'll recommend FX Replay. I'll recommend TradingView because I use those things, right? But I'm not gonna sit here and recommend stuff that I don't actually use or have any experience with. What indicator are you using? What broker is TradeStation? Why wouldn't I? Because all the rules. And you never know, right? They can be taken away tomorrow like that. Regulation could step in. And every dollar, I don't have to sit here and request a payout. I'm not like hating on prop firms. It's just like all the rules and all that stuff. Like, think about it. If the longer these prop firms are around, in my opinion, the harder the rules are going to be. They're going to get harder and harder because they're really the only way they make money is if you lose, right? So there's a conflict of interest there. So in my opinion, prop firms should be a means to an end, right? They're a good tool if you have the skill set to take advantage of it, right? Which I think most people don't. But use it as a means to an end, right? Get your account, right? Get the skill set, and then get payouts from a prop firm. Take those payouts and build a personal account. Most people, they're just getting payouts and blowing it on dumb shit. But you want to take at least a portion of the payouts and build a nest egg of a personal account of some sort. That way, if something does happen, your prop firm goes under that you're using, or regulation steps in, you can no longer trade in your country or whatever it is, then you'll have something at least saved up that you can trade. And in my opinion, trading a prop account versus like a real account where every single dollar you lose is your money that you could have spent doing on something else is way more psychologically challenging than trading a prop account that you paid $50 for and you blow it, right? So like there's a big leap going from risking $3,000 like I did yesterday of your own money versus risking, a $100 challenge of simulated funds. Because I know if I lose that trade, that's $3,000 I could have spent on vacation. That's $3,000 I could have gave to my mom, right? But you can't. That's the thing, though. You can't think like that because in the end, right? You don't want to look at it as money. You don't want to think like that. But deep down in my heart, I know like that's what it was. That's how it is. Yeah. And also, like, what's the opportunity cost for me dropping, my just to stop trading my personal account to go and try and get funded with the firm. Now I'm gonna go get challenges, whereas I could just be making money on my personal account instead. Yeah, I went to college. I graduated 2020. Yeah, this ain't doing nothing. All right, so oil's reaching up into here, right? Remember, we're watching 50% of this wick align with this imbalance here. You got to remember, we did take out this body here. So, the lowest body. So I want to see, right? That could be enough to reverse it. Right? It doesn't have to come down to this low, but I want to see evidence. I want to see what it does. Sorry if you can't see. I'm 26 years old. I majored in biochemistry, but here I am day trading in front of you. Starting capital, it depends on your goals, right? I've said this to a bunch of people who ask me. Prop isn't the only way to go, Like I think there's good things. It definitely opened the doors for people who don't have the means to trade. But you got to remember, to be able to trade like 10 years ago, props weren't a thing. They're pretty new. So I was trading before prop firms were even around. So I just grew up on in the markets where you had to trade your own money or you didn't trade, So I guess that's another reason why I've always just stuck with my own. Yeah, if we look at indices, right, not really doing too much. Equal lows here. SMT if you're looking at YM, but honestly, I'm not putting too much emphasis on YM. Like I said, like the props got its pros and cons, just like trading a personal account has its pros and cons. High risk, high reward. But yeah, to answer your question, right? How much starting capital should I start with on a personal account? It depends on your goals, right? It depends on where you are in your journey. Like, are you already profitable, or are you just trying to learn about yourself in a low leverage environment? Are you just trying to learn about what it's like to have risk in the market with small leverage live funds? Because if you're gonna do that, right, I'd say don't even do the. You can do the prop firm route and have some skin in the game there, or you can go on a broker like TradeStation, for example. We talked about the margin rates the other day. You can go trade micros with a few $1,000s and you're in a brokerage account, and you only need like a few $100 to hold a micro contract, you know? So if you're just looking to learn about yourself and like how to manage your own emotions before you kind of scale up and pump more money into that account, or switch from that to, okay, I'm ready to take on the prop firm challenges, that's a good way to learn about yourself too. Because you don't have to deal with all the rules, the monthly fees, all that stuff. You just log in and go. But the reason I'm able to do this at such a young age, I don't say I'm not young anymore, I'm 26, but is like I live below my means, right? I'm not sitting here buying dumb shit. Like I know how much, almost down to a few $100, how much it costs for me to live each month. So like one trade like pays my entire all my bills for the month, right? So, but if I just like up my lifestyle and started buying like Lamborghini and, you know, Rolex every month and like all that, like that would, and, you know, and had all these expenses, then that would put a lot more pressure on me. So, and honestly, owning a Lambo isn't that hard. It's like, what's the monthly payment on that? Like a few thousand, like $3,000 or $4,000 a month. Like we made $3,000 yesterday almost. So like, boom, Lambo payment taken care of. Like it's not hard to get those things if you think about it like that, right? But yeah, not shite going on. All right, let's go back to indices. Actually, let's check on gold. We haven't looked at that yet, have we? Gold. Yeah, that's what sucks about living outside of Puerto Rico. Oscar is the least obvious. Yeah, I pay taxes like everybody else. You trying to get me in trouble, dude? I need to put the disclaimer up again. But honestly, kind of looks like a little market maker sell model, right? But what's the order flow been, right? You don't want to get too tripped up. But it's been, you know, higher. We're at all-time highs here on gold. We did take out a big pool of liquidity up here, right? This might be, I think it's a monthly high. Look, yeah, we just took out a previous monthly's high. So if this fails, right, on the daily, that could be a sign that, all right, I'd be thinking, equal lows or some kind of return to discount. Maybe take out this low. Right, we're gonna take it in baby steps. But I'm just kind of watching. I don't want to fade the higher time frame order flow. It's all right. It's not the best. It's not like Florida with 0% state income tax. That's why you see a lot of traders move to Miami or just like Florida in general because there's 0% state income tax. One thing that sucks about South Carolina is like we have like one of the if you're at the bottom of the poorest of the poor, you're paying like one of the lowest income taxes, state income taxes. But if you're like at the top, like you're paying like 7%. It's like one of the highest. Yeah, it's like 60-40 for futures if you're trading futures, which is another reason I like futures over forex, right? But if you're just trading a prop account, you're just an independent contractor getting paid out through deal or whatever they use. Yeah, California, I've definitely moved. They have nice weather. All right, let's focus up here. All right, so we're getting close to that daily wick, right? We've already kind of rebalanced this range on the daily here. We're up in a premium almost. We are in a premium. Hit 50%. I don't know. What's the highest amount of money you've earned in a year? But I'll be honest, I don't think we're gonna come up here, right? If we're gonna continue the theme of retracement down, retracement, these displacement legs down, I think we're gonna do it here, right? We're not gonna come for these highs. See it. Maybe drop. All right, so NQ just kind of fell. And you do kind of have like a breaker-ish looking pattern, right? High, low, higher, high, break down below. You have this 1 hour fair value gap here. But in mind, right? Watch the 15 here. Hitting new day opening gap. Regular trading hours. And we just filled in that regular trading hour gap here. See? Off our level here, we marked, right? Above the bodies. See that here? So, like, you gotta remember, like, these levels have been on our chart. The 20,000 big figure have been in our chart since Monday. It looks like it wants all this trendline liquidity and then maybe this low. And then you also have, let's kind of clean it up, some equal lows down here. Here and here. Back to new week opening gap. If it does, we just want to dump. Nice T. Oil's still kind of going to the upside. Gold. Gold's still going to the downside. Let's focus on indices now. I just don't want to get chopped up in all this, you know? We were getting moves. You know, there's a nice range here to here. That's like 200 handles. But in my opinion, there's just nothing there to capitalize on compared to that A plus that we saw on oil. Like that's what I'm looking for. I'll just hammer those over and over again. The one. But it's that 10 o'clock hour, right? That 10 hour or that 10 o'clock candle. 4 hour opens. 1 hour opened and dumped. We've been taking highs. Highs were taken here. Previous day's high here. So, yeah, previous day's low right here. We're about to tap into midnight open. 8:30 open above midnight open price. Watch. Go to a 1 hour here. Hour here. Am I joining the streaming business as well? What business? Streaming in general? My first day was on Monday doing this. What's the indicator for the opening price? It's just ICT everything. Free. I got midnight New York checked. Do I consider regular trading hours gap? Yeah, we looked at it. Remember, we talked about how it filled it in here on the move down. This yellow box here opened. Come down. It's filled it in now. Do I think I'm gonna continue streaming next week? We'll see. Next week, Labor Day is next weekend, isn't it? I'll be gone for that, out of town. Calendar. I'll be gone tomorrow. Next week, Thursday through Monday, or Thursday through Tuesday. I'll be in Florida. We'll see. I'll send out an announcement on YouTube or Twitter. I don't even have Twitter on my phone anymore. Do I trade on vacations? It depends. Like what the goal of the vacation is. Is it just to relax, or am I sightseeing? Okay, so let's see here. I'm not going to chase, obviously, for a short if it's down here. I'd like to see some kind of retracement, but even if it does retrace, you have a 5-minute imbalance here, but that's not enough just to get right. No, I don't own any real estate. Yeah, I watch YM. I just don't trade it. Was I bearish today on which asset? Okay, so CL's hitting that wick right on the daily. That's what this red line is. 50%. The reaction off that there. And if we pull up the midline, right? Midline of this fair value gap on the hourly here, exactly almost same as that wick. So I'm gonna pop down to a 5-minute and see what's up. Lows down here. Lows down here. And the theme, placement, retracement, placement, retracement. Did it again. Think about it. What kind of what do you want to be? What kind of trader do I want to be? I want to be like the bricklayer, right? The bricklayer shows up to work every day, makes the same types of trades over and over and over again, right? He lays the bricks. At the end of it, end of all the work, what do you have? You got a mansion, right? You've built something. That's what I want to do. I want to make the same types of trades over and over and over again. Getting into and out of a trade should feel repetitive, you know? Lower your income and focus. Yeah. But the thing is, it has like a double-edged sword, right? See how oil goes here, right? Off these levels. Because this just looks like a slow trickle in the hour, right? Up. Retracement compared to like look at the retracement here. Slow trickle up, boom, down. Slow trickle up. Like these things all say they repeat. You can say they rhyme. So we're on the 5-minute now in oil. We got equal lows. Clear draw if we do want to go lower. Clear targets. Yeah, I'm leaning short, right? DL. I want to see what happened at that daily wick, and you see so far, nice reaction off that. Wicked into it one time, and then boom. I'm not too focused on indices. I don't want to short just yet. But also, like if I am shorting, right, it's fighting all of this, like what has been uptrending, right? But we did hit these levels, we talked about. So it could want to move lower now. But I'm focused on aligning my lower time frame bias, my higher time frame bias, and my higher time frame bias on oil, right, been down or bearish. So if I can align, right, wait for the lower time frame to align with that, that's high probability. Yeah, also ICT's chat is like 17,000 people watching at once. So we only have like about 200 in here. I thought we got to like 340 yesterday. But ICT's, if he's streaming, there's probably people watching him over me. So like you're speaking in front of a middle school auditorium. It feels like that sometimes. Not you guys, but I mean in general, right? There's a lot of like chatter back and forth, and you're trying to like give a speech or something. Yeah, I appreciate you guys popping in here, even if ICT is streaming. You might have both of our things up, right? Appreciate it, focused. Yeah, look at the reaction so far. Think. A lot of confluence here, right? Equilibrium lines up with it. C of the wick. Consequent encroachment of the 1 hour gap. Bid projection. It's just, I want to see a market structure shift. We still haven't really disrespected any discount or raise yet. Like you have a little fair value gap here, but it is retracing. And if you look at the 1 hour or even the 4 hour, it's got a nice reaction so far. Obviously gut says short, but I want to see my setup first. No, I'm not short. You'll see it on the chart. You'll see my position on the chart. No, I'm going to wait confirmation because this could just be a speed bump to go higher, right? Now, if I was trading like a 1 hour chart, if I was like trading 1 hour or maybe even 4 hour charts, then yeah, I might enter there, you know, stop above here or above the order block and aim for like the lows down here, right? But I'm going to try and refine the risk a little bit better on the lower time frame. But even if it just dumps, right, without us, like we still had the right idea. We still had these levels drawn out. We still had the right trade idea. It just didn't give us an entry, you know? I want to see some kind of market structure shift and something get disrespected, right? We're just now tapping into this gap. Count array here. So we can disrespect that. That'll give me some evidence, right? So far, it's just retracing. While that does its thing, go back to the indices, right? Build in that regular trading hours gap. It's kind of digging back up into it now. And there is a large, or not large, a 30 handle balance here. Equal lows now here. Peek at the 1 minute just to see. There's not really a lot of imbalances in the 1 minute, right? It came down, filled in that regular trading hours gap, and just kind of consolidated, right? And I don't like to see the 1 hour like this, forming a wick like that, or even the 15 minute having wicks like that. You know, it's just not as clean as oil. You know, like it's not as. At least oil has a higher time frame PD array I know we're hitting off the big 2,000 big 20,000 figure, but I'm still going to be fighting my high time frame bias if I short, versus oil has them aligned, and you're seeing a nice reaction off of our levels that we see, right? That we have drawn out. Let's just watch oil still. I'm still watching. See if we can get back to back on oil. I trade oil, ES, like I watch things, right, that I don't trade. Like I'll watch YM or the Dow, but I don't trade it. But what instruments do I actually place orders on and trade? ES, NQ, oil, gold, just those 4 things. What's up, XYZ? Appreciate it, man. That's one of the reasons why I started posting, just to spread the gospel, right? We got about 200 people in here though. Let's see if we can get 100 likes on the stream. All right, that's like half. If we can we get half the people to like the stream? Just half. We got 1. There we go. Can we get 100 likes on the stream? And if we get 100 likes, I think that's gonna set up something on oil. He said that's me. What indicator is a large green candle? Power 3 by 2 degrees. I just need to have an FAQ in the description with the indicators, don't I? Got up 2 degrees. This is the paid one. There's a free one though that's does the exact same thing. This one you can just customize it more. Also, like look what's below, right? We have Asia lows and London lows haven't been touched on oil, whereas we've taken the highs on all these. So now, right, we respected this, and if let's say it does something like this, right? Let's say we use this as a speed bump, come back up in here, then disrespect this, right? And the fact that we used it on the way up and then disrespect it on the way down comes back to it, right? Equal lows. It could be something like this, you know? I like to see these get hit and respected. And that way, if we disrespect it, it's already shown me that it's used it before. I want to see it used again, right? I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen, right? Just a hypothetical. If it does something like that, that's what I want to see. And that would be a failure swing, right? And then we can look at gasoline futures and see what's up. Like gasoline's still making higher highs. We look at the daily, right? Gasoline's taking out its equal lows here. CL still hasn't, right? So these could be in the crosshairs. It could just be stuttering a bit today. And then tomorrow take it. You never know, right? Ron G. But yeah, I'm just sitting patient. I'm waiting for my setup. I don't want to get chopped. I don't want to take an unnecessary loss. Looking for that A plus. Jump off the chart that you set up like we had here. Boom. Clear draw. Right. I'm looking for something similar. Just for it to happen again. Up in this high time frame array. ICT just roasted me. What'd he say? No way. Did I? Should I pull it up? I don't care if he roasts me. Because we up on the week. I wonder which breaker he's talking about. Because I was in, let's see. See what happens here. Yeah, no, he was in here for the oil trade or the what's it called? But what's good is like if we go back to that oil trade or that NQ trade, right? On the 1 minute. Where was it? It was over here on Tuesday, right? It was I got chopped up in here, right? So if we go 20th, put a vertical line there. The trade he's talking about, in case you missed it, was here, right? I was using this as the breaker. Yeah, I just got chopped up and moved stop too early. But it would have worked out, right? Because our the 15-minute here. Our target, right, was this 15-minute imbalance up here. Remember? This yellow area that aligned with new day opening gap. Make that red. Right? So I got in. Dude, I can just log in probably and show you guys. I got in here, right? When we closed above, I got in on this candle. We went up, and that's when we came up like this. I just entered right here. Stop was below the equal lows. And I wanted this high right here for almost a 2R. So it's chopping up, right? And we got close to this inversion level here. You know what? I'm going to take some risk off. Stop below here. Right? So I reduced risk to below this low. Got ticked out here. Came up, used the breaker again, and then boom, ran to our target. So if I just left stop at the original spot and didn't micromanage it, it would have played out right. Would have made $3,000. But I micromanaged it, trailed stop too early, and took like $800 loss. So that's what he's talking about. But it's funny, like if he's saying I'm using the wrong breaker, when we were in the chat the other day, you can go look at it. He said, note your breaker, right? When it was coming down on here multiple times. So that's when I was like, oh, let me drew it back out. And you can see it using that, right? So if he's saying I use the wrong breaker, then I don't know. You can go back and watch the stream. He's got his messages are in there. But he referred to it as the breaker. I'll get some water though. Be right back. He said, send it. He's away. What instrument for SMT and oil? Gasoline futures. But yeah, I'll have to go back and listen to what he said or he's saying on the stream. I guess he said it, let's just say 10:30. If he was giving me some criticism on the trade, well, I'll go back and look and see what he said, right? Maybe I can learn something from it. But yeah, it's definitely from a place of love, if anything. I don't think he's just talking noise to talk noise, right? But you're not gonna catch me sitting on here and talking bad about anybody. Like, people will keep asking me, "What do you think about this? What do you think about this person? What do you think?" Like, I'm not gonna sit here and then badmouth anybody live on stream, or off stream for that matter. But there was logic to it, to the loss. I just mismanaged it. And I'll be honest, like, having my second stream ever, like, ICT pops in and I get in the trade, and right when I get in, he goes, "Why there?" Question mark. And that was like the first message he sent in the thing. I got kind of flustered. I was like, "Oh shit." I was like, "No." Well, one, I was like surprised. I was like, "Damn, he's in the stream." And I was like, "Oh my god, I have to explain my trade to ICT and everybody else too." Like, so if it came off as I didn't know what I was talking about, or I was flustered, because I was. All right, let's go check oil again. All right, so oil, right? We talked about this little gap. Now, I want to see what happens there. Is there lore? He's my dad. Getting nice. That's like the first time I've really interacted with ICT outside of Twitter. He's retweeted like a few of my tweets or liked a few of them, but that was like years ago when he was still on there. Get rid of this line though. But I'm always open to criticism on my trading, right? Like, who better to critique my trades than the man himself? He's not talking about me on stream. Y'all are playing with me, man. I'm gonna go back and listen because I don't know who to believe now. But honestly, it looks like this low wants to be eaten. Could dip back into this 4 hour, right? Unless you got this move down, like, it's just been kind of back and forth action. Although if we do leave this, is there SMT, right? Okay. But ES isn't taking out that low. YM has them. Still there on NQ. Still there on ES. It's just, I'm still watching oil. And you can see newly opening gap. Like, look at the bodies there. But like, look at, and also look at the 15-minute wicks we're putting in down here. Do you find any difference trading the oil, gold, or NQ? Yeah, oil likes to just run sometimes, but it can be really clean. Yeah, I'll have to go back, look back. Some people were saying he was talking about me. Some people were saying he wasn't. It doesn't really matter, honestly, because we're gonna do our thing. But I'm always open to learning. Where I went wrong. what I did right. But we up on the week. It's on a slow week, in my opinion. And I was watching. Sometimes I go on social media and like see, even people I follow. There'll be people on there talking about your guru. Your guru probably said it's a slow week, and we're sitting here and we made money today, and they try and make you feel bad about not taking a trade or staying sidelined because you think the price action's not good. Like, and there's obviously a reason why they're doing that, But every time I see someone talk like that, all I think about is this. uh, every time I hear someone talk about like that, like your guru probably said this, and then all I think about is I'm not like other gurus. Let's think of this. Bro, I'm not like your guru probably said this, and that you didn't make money today, but we did in my room. I'm not like other gurus. Yeah, that was first trade on the stream. But honestly, I'm glad we got the first L out the way, and then we got the first W out the way. I'm not like other gurus. I'm not making fun of anybody in particular, right? It's just in general, that's what everyone says. I think just being a menace right now. Gold all the way down to that daily imbalance low. You might be able to get a retracement off of that. Right? On gold. But yeah, anytime someone says that, just pull up this meme. Or just like respond with this. Because if someone did that to me, I'd be pissed. So I know it'll work. I mean, you don't have. The thing is, someone's stuff can work, right? You don't have to agree with every single thing that someone says. Like the concepts obviously work, right? There's an edge to them. So does that give maybe some merit to like his claim that there's an algorithm that moves the market? Yeah. Right? Well, now whether you believe that fully or not, that's up to you as a personal decision, right? But you can't lie that the concepts work, right? They stand on their own. So like I might not believe that there's an algorithm moving the market, right? But I might believe that there are imbalances in the market that need to be traded to. It all just kind of depends. What's up, Kirk? Welcome back. I remember Kirk from the other a couple days. Go check on it. I don't know his concepts. But honestly, it looks like this low is pending. Go check on oil. Might want to make one more pass through here. And that would set up a breaker, right? If we can anticipate that formation here. Right. You got these up close candles here on the 4 hour too. The low comes in here. Low on that candle is 89. High on this one is 89. So to the tick, hit the low of these candles, then boom. Right. But I want to see, does it want to make another pass? Also, shout out to you guys. We got 130 likes on the stream. What's up, Hidden Dust? So it's a 1040, almost 1050. Getting close to that top of the hour. Top of the hour macro. That'd be nice, right? One last rate above the high. Gold. Let's move to a 15-minute real quick. 1 hour here. Yeah, just a lot of back and forth. Whereas here, right, we had some nice move, nice clean price action. Also, another mistake from my oil trade yesterday. I didn't have the new week opening gap on, showing me. That was another reason why that speed bump, right here where I got out. If I had it on, I knew that this was here before taking the lows down here. Then I might have said, you know what, let it ride. But that's another mistake. I didn't have that on at the time. But yeah, it'd be nice if we get one more raid above this high, right? Put in a new high of day. And if we could even reach up into the new week opening gap and react off that. All right, NASDAQ's kind of going lower too. Just in case, I'm going to put, in case it just spikes down, I'm putting an alert below this low. And we'll go watch NASDAQ here. What's up, Super T? Still only 170 handle range today. All right, so there's, I want to speak too soon, but there is some SMT at the lows now on the 5-minute low. YM, right? Here and here. Here and here. Here and here. But ES has yet to take this out. Whereas NASDAQ and YM already have. So I'm not calling for higher prices. I'm just making Yeah, I'm not trying to trade oil or any of that on like a smaller time frame than the 5. Or really, honestly, Nasdaq as well. Just need that one good trade. That's that one good trade for the day. One good trade can make your week. Like the oil short from yesterday, right? If I had just held to previous day's low, which is kind of my terminus 2.2R, would have made 8 grand, right? Or a little over 8 grand. Just haven't really had the conditions that I like. Yeah, you can trade oil in the PM session. It's just generally it'll run sometimes actually in the afternoon. Like look at that. See? I want to see evidence of some kind of confirmation before I short. Because now, if you just blindly shorted, like Tyleek was asking, you just blindly shorted that, right? You're in some drawdown now, and it's looking like it wants to run. You do have equal highs here, but I want to see evidence that. Remember, we took out the bodies, right? It doesn't have to hit the wicks. Four-hour here. Taking now into these up close candles. Said 4-hour chart's begging for the sell side. Are you talking about Nasdaq? $5.25. Come on. 19,525. That's all the way down. Close. Baby steps. Took out thing low here. Like 5 minute, right? There's just nothing in there that I like. I want to see some kind of displacement. Yeah, so far it's kind of slow day. We'll give it till I got a little bit more time today. We can give it to like 11:30. See what's up. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know what you guys like about the streams the most, right? 10:25, 5-minute candle. This one? Where am I gonna put my stop? And where's my target? I don't know what. There's no clear draw to me right now, right? Like, why did I take it from here to here? Why didn't I get in here on this candle? Like on this fair value gap here? My stop's gonna be what? Above the fair value gap candle high? To take this low? That's not even a 1R, right? Yeah, I didn't know the conditions were gonna be bad. It's just it's just bad. And obviously bad's a subjective term, you know? Just like trading in general. So like you could be looking at something completely different than I am and we can both make money, right? Yeah, why there? That could be that's like the first. That could be the inside joke for the stream. All right, gold, right? Bottom of that daily imbalance talked about. Let's see. Maybe this could set something up. Maybe this is your AMD. That'd be crazy, right? Yeah, this stream isn't really designed as like a copy trading stream, you know? I'm just taking my trades on stream. But none of this is financial advice. Let's just start marking out something. Here, came to it, went lower. Now we've disrespected it. Let's see if it wants to use that. Some kind of support. You got a minute till this 1 hour closes, right? Till 11 o'clock. That's going to form this 1 hour imbalance. Yeah. It was looking good, and then oil just started running, right? So maybe later it might want to form something that we can get short on. But I wasn't interested in longs. I was looking for shorts on oil. What's the highest amount of money I've earned in a year? A gazillion dollars. Is he speaking English? Elon is kid in front of bro. The way it's acting right here, it just opened a new 1 hour candle, right? 11 o'clock. Taking out a 4 hour low here. Okay. 4 hour low. Been pretty choppy, right? But time frame. What time frames do I tend to use the most? Depends on the market conditions, but generally 1 hour, 15 in the 5. And then if it's like moving clean on those, then I might narrow in on a 1 here and there. But generally it's like 1 hour, 15 in the 5. I've only taken 2 trades this week, so I'd say 3 to 4. It depends on the market conditions, right? Like this summer's been pretty slow. But usually if I have a winner and one winner in the day, I'm done. And I allow myself negative 2R per day. So I haven't taken any trades today. You got SMT at this low and this low here with YM. Here and here. Back to NQ. Here. But I'm not really looking for shorts, right? I'm looking to align my lower time frame bias with the higher time frame here. And this looks like it could just be a sweep to go higher, right? So now we have a liquidity sweep, sell side. So now I didn't catch anything in here to go short, right? We had this level here. If you're wondering what that is, it's the highest body in this swing on the daily. And it's been drawn out, you know, for the past 3 days. Hit it, lower. Next target for me, the upside would obviously be this high. Then consequent encroachment of this wick. And then eventually swing high, right? Daily. Right, but if we can kind of get something going here, you want to see this invert. Because we used it on the way down. If we come back up, it could invert and go higher, right? We did tap on midnight open. Took out some liquidity. Finally purged, you know, Asia low. So just kind of choppy up here. I'm gonna pull up gold. The other screen. Maybe we can get a setup right before lunch. I mean, shoot, this looks like a 3 drives, right? 1, 2, 3. Hour. I got the 5-minute up the screen. Let's watch 15. Yeah, I'm just trying to all I'm trying to do is align my lower time frame bias with my higher time frame bias, which has just been up, right? Bullish. So we did just take out a low on the 4-hour. I want to see, and that low obviously was previous session low, aka Asia session low. But it could just want to retrace up and go lower, right? I'm really just trying to get in sync higher time frame versus take a little scalp in the opposite direction. In my opinion, is lower probability than aligning yourself. Yeah, it does look like just all this since I mean Monday it chopped in the morning, then had a run that started right when I closed the stream at like 11:30 right here. Boom, ran through lunch. Tuesday was trash. I got chopped up a little bit in here on Tuesday, and then from that got on the stop too soon. It played out though. And then yesterday we didn't trade on NQ. We traded oil today, right? Still made a new high of week. Like what's been occurring here, right? If we go back on the daily, we've been taking out previous day's highs here, 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 and here. Like I don't. It's more likely we just continue higher versus taking out previous day's lows, which we haven't even touched in how many days? 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Right? 10 days. 10 trading days. That's really like 3 weeks almost. 2 weeks. So those previous day high and lows are just the low hanging fruit. And just because we have touched it once, right? We didn't really run it. It kind of just was a stop hunt, right? And then came back in the range, right? So we can attack it again. You know, like I want to see. That's to me. This wasn't a run. Didn't just run through it and keep going. This was just a purge, I guess you could call it, or a stop hunt. Yeah, it's just been straight up. Like no real retracements on the daily. Like at least you're getting some kind of retracements here on the daily chart. This has just been straight up. Even these were retracements, right? Kind of sloppy, but here, this is a nice one. Yeah, 5 minute, still nothing. Just kind of topping above this here. Go look at oil. All right, so oil, right? Here's a fair value gap here. And let's watch gasoline as well. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. Hourly chart. Optimal trade entry. Almost hit it. The 6-2. Let's watch oil now. Hit that new opening gap, right? 15. These are like my go-to time frames for trading intraday. 1 hour, 15, 5. So it's been, and think about who's been winning all day on oil ever since market opened at 9. And up, right? And every time we break these highs, people are buying, right? There's buy stops above because people are trying to short. We're buying a breakout, right? That's the logic. My go-to entry, EDA, would probably be I use breakers and fair value gaps about the same. But like I'm always looking for multiple points of confluence. Like just because I see one, if I start seeing them stack on top of each other, I like to see that. I'm watching this. See, it's kind of respecting that wick and that midline. And you also have a. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of this. We know that's there. I want to see this. Would be even nice, more nice if it put in another higher high, like a smaller one. 3 drives. Then we inverted. So I could get a nice RR. Go lower. Versus just tanking. Right? Having to maybe use this. Go lower. Top above here, you know? I'm just kind of thinking out loud. What if it put in like another small little swing here and went lower? That'd be nice. Because then we would have this this level here that was respected on the way up, get inverted on the way down, right? And just give me more confluence along with new gap and this wick, the consequent encroachment of the wick, right? This all that lining up in this little area here. And the breaker if it forms. Like that I'm anticipating that kind of stuff to form. But that's like a skill set to have. Like to be able to do that, it's just experience that you can't teach that. But I've found that oil moves really clean compared to a lot of the other commodities. Like you can trade wheat, you can trade sugar, you can trade bonds. I've found that oil moves pretty clean, and gold sometimes, but it's more on the higher time frames they're moving versus like the 1 minute. Like NQ is better if you're just trying to scalp. Like look at the 1 minute on here. It's not bad, right? You can get in, but sometimes there'll be a lot of volume imbalances before the market opens, and then at 9 o'clock, right, it picks up. But like if we just mark out the 1 minute here, pretty clean. Over here, but yeah, see, not. You had a initial drop at like 10 o'clock, back and forth. That's But yeah, like compare this move. So yesterday we had the big move down, right? Look at the similarities. Similarities between the two. Kind of a back and forth uptrend, right? Like we're having here. And then eventually, right, you get a run above a high, forms that breaker, get the displacement down, right? I'm hoping that's going to be the same, right? You're kind of getting this back and forth. Displacement down, right? That's what we want. Kind of seeing it. Because in a sell model, right, any pop retracement is going to be suspect. Want to be shorting those, but you want to see evidence first, right? You want to see your setup form. So here we go. Talking about this holding. Get one little run above here, then displace down. Let's see though. Yeah, like these equal lows down here, and our time frame was previous week low. Also, these are kind of relatively. And we're digging up into this candle's wick. So that out right here. I'm not gonna stuff on my. We'll give it till like 11:30 and ish, and then we'll see. We'll go from there. But we've just closed in this whole imbalance. Now we're digging into this candle here. I'm gonna separate that wick. 50% is right there. There's a bunch of stuff you can do. What's up, Tyler? I guess you could say my style of trading is like in between a scalper and like a short-term trader. Like my average hold time is about, when we were trending nice, it was about an hour 15. And my average for winners, and my average hold time for losers was like 17 minutes. Nice, bro. What'd you get it on? Yeah, my average hold time for winners was like an hour 15. Then my average hold time for losers was 17 minutes, a few months in a row. And that's when the market was moving nice. Oh, that one at 10 o'clock that formed, 5 minute. Yeah, I didn't take that because my stop, if I was gonna place it, the minimum would have had to been above the fair value gap candle high. I just don't see a clear draw on liquidity anywhere. It's obvious to me, so I haven't touched it. I've been more focused on something that's actually at least giving me some kind of structure and movement, like here, you know. I guess hindsight, if you want to take this, comes back into a discount to go higher. But my bias is bearish, right? I'm not really trying to fight that. Yeah, like if I just don't have a strong, like you just get that feeling. Like yesterday, we were just cycling through charts, and I saw this, right? We talked about how this high might be targeted. And I talked about how on the 15-minute, these gaps were gonna have to get inverted and act as speed bumps, right? And then we were cycling through, and I saw, right, this candle starting to wick, and we had displaced down, right? And when I saw that, I was like, okay, well now go back to the 5-minute. You see that candle was down here, and I was talking about, I was like, all right, I want to see this close below these lows and disrespect this inversion level, right? And it did just that, but it was so close to the equal lows. I was like, I hope it doesn't, like right here, I was like, I hope it doesn't take the low yet, because if it doesn't, it's just going to engineer more liquidity at the lows and give us an entry, right? And I didn't have the new opening gap here, so I really didn't know that was there, right? I didn't have it turned on. And that was like a mistake on my part, missing some information. But when it retraced, I said, I'm going to short, and that's what I did, right? Pull up my yeah, like right here, bottom of that fair value gap. I just marketed in 9 contracts. I didn't have this on, right? And it stuttered again and disrespected the little 5-minute gap here, so I got out, right? But hindsight 2020, my stop was safe at break even, and I should have just taken off like a couple contracts to get at least break even on the week from the small loss the day before, and then let the rest run, right, all the way down to our previous day's low target, right? We had equal lows, and then we had previous day's low as well. I didn't even think it would dump that hard to weekly bodies, right? But it did. So like that was just a clean like A plus setup. Like that's what I'm looking for. And if I can't find one, then I just won't trade, you know? That's why I'm watching this to see if it wants to happen again. But now gold's just chopping around. Let's look at their dump. Yeah, drop, chop, drop. Let's say so in my head, right? We're looking at the 15-minute. These lows right here, they were kind of reaching. These lows in my head are still equal because a wick came down here and purged these, but the body didn't close below it. So I'd still say these are equal lows. Then have this, obviously the low down here. They're close as well. Then down here as well. But also on like a little 1-minute chart, right? You have high, low, higher, high, comes down, hits this last down close candle, Nice little hindsight there for you. And it has some confluence there with the midnight open price, right? Hits it 1, 2, 3 times, then rolls over, right? But yeah, I'm not really interested in trading that right now. I got oil pulled up though on the other chart. We'll give it like another 10 minutes. The days that I hate are where it just like chops all morning and then right at lunch it just starts running without you. Great. Those days are ones where you can get like FOMO and stuff, and it's like, liquidity. Bubble low. What side was I looking for? I really didn't have an opinion logging on. So that's why I really haven't taken a trade or really focused on it. But oil, obviously, is what I've been focusing on. But like, all honesty, I'm still like I can have a short-term bias and like a long-term bias, right? It's just when those align, that's when I find those high probability trades that I want to take. So it can dump, right? I'm not going to chase all the way down here. But if the new week opening gap is going to continue to act as that black hole, then it could come here, go lower. Because you have these lows from Tuesday, right? Well, that are resting right on the upper portion. Yeah, you got to be nimble or very picky. If you're gonna be a scalper, you got to be nimble, and if you're not, you want to be really picky. Be very patient. But the good thing is, like, once you know what you're looking for, like what kind of setups you like to take, like what your eye, like ICT says it a lot. What does your eye see the best? Like what, on a chart, like what do you see the easiest? Then you can work from there, go from there, and build around it. Once you have that, right, and you know what your setup looks like, because it's repeatable, right? Getting into and out of a trade should feel repetitive. That's when the FOMO kind of goes away, because you know, like, okay, that's not my setup. You know, there's nothing on the chart that gave me an entry, so I'm not gonna feel bad about missing a move. But the worst thing you can do is go on social media and then look at everyone else who made money that day, or so they say they did, and then think that everyone's winning like that, because it's not. People who lost that day too, they're just not posting it. Nah, I'm flat. And like I'm guilty of it too. Like I rarely post my losers. Losers don't get the engagement that winners do. Who the hell wants to look at losing trades all day? Not me. But like, you got to learn from them, right? I'm gonna get rid of this 1 hour. Sorry, 4 hour imbalance. Let's focus on highs and lows. Twitter Nation. But yeah, we're getting close to lunch. I mean, the drop makes sense though. Like, who's been making money all morning since midnight, right? Midnight hits and it's just up. Yeah, I've only seen a few different live streamers. I've seen a few of Tanja streams. Is that how you say it? Tanya? I think ICT called her Tanja on one of his things, and I say it Tanya. I've seen a few of her streams. Matt, which Matt are you talking about? I know a couple. Grade Sniper, or his name. Other Matt. Grades by Matt. I've heard of him. I've never seen his history. Refers to him as refers to her as his. Oh yeah, no, I get that. Like it's like Michael talks about how his daughter's not into church, kind of user. I don't mind watching people who don't trade ICT. I'm not like part of the as if you're not trading ICT, you're not making you can make money. But I go fishing with Patrick Weiland. I don't think I've ever seen I don't think I've seen a few. I know who he is though. He live streams. Right? Yeah, Sai, we were talking about that. Get the long trade that didn't make sense and mark out the break. Yeah, the trade played out though. I just moved stop too soon. Got stopped out. The idea played out. Oh, sorry. It's cutting in and out. I'll get closer to it. I mean, I explained the logic why I took it. You can go back and you can go back and watch the recap. How do you bet money on Robin's Cup? Is there like a sports book that does that? He's saying it wasn't the right breaker, but then he told me to extend. He said, "Note your breaker." You can go back and look at the live chat, and I extended it, and we can go look at it again if you guys want. I don't want to keep harping on it, but up in here, right? The 20th. Talking about this right here. Low, high, lower, low, right? What I marked. You can see comes down 3 different times, you know? And our draw was the 15-minute imbalance. There's an imbalance on the 15-minute here. That was our draw, right? And so I got long off the inversion of this fair value gap here. Let me shoot. I can just show you the execution, I guess. This is the last time I'm doing this. What just happened? Right. Got long here. We closed above for the inversion. Bodies were expecting that, right? And we cleared this high. And I was like, all right, I'm going to take some risk off the table because I got long here. Stop was down here. Target was up here. I said, I'm going to take some risk off. Stop below the swing low here. And then it came down, wicked me out right here. And then obviously played out. If I just kept my stop down here, it would have played out, right? And I would have made like $3,000. But, you know, I mismanaged it. And I was a bit flustered. If you were there for the stream, you probably know why. Because he he was in there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't see the breaker that he's talking about. If he wants to point it out for me, though, I'll gladly take a look and see where I went wrong. It's all right. People talk shit about me a lot. I'm used to it. Now, like, talking shit isn't the same as, like, constructive criticism, right? Appreciate it, man. All right, it's 11:30. This thing's just kind of moving to the downside. Oil's still doing its thing. I might check back in oil for the afternoon. But at least we're getting some kind of like one-sided motion now on NASDAQ, right? Digging into these levels. Maybe we could put in gap low. Or sorry, that's below us. Everybody on me. Bro, if you don't have haters, you're doing something wrong. I don't really have an opinion on today, honestly. It's still in this range, technically. Until we get out of this. Yeah, it could be seeking other side. But to me, it just looks like seek and destroy. You know? Like it could want to come down here and expand to the other side of this range. That's what it's been doing at the upside multiple times. It could just be trying to expand lower and come back in the middle of the range. I really don't have a read on NASDAQ. So I'm not going to sit here and like act like I do. Yeah, I mean, there's no such thing as bad publicity either. But you know, it looks really clean. YM, bro. We can get some kind of proof that this gets disrespected. Come up, breaker, right? But why there? Damn, I wish if ICT had his chat open and he was like doing like some paper trade or just any type of trade, I'll be in there. I'll be like, why there? But no, I want him to come watch. And he saw the first L. He wasn't here for the first dub. Come on, man. At least talk about the positive things too. But yeah, Tyler said daily, right? The daily Dissy that we were talking about. Let me just right here. Could want to dip into that, right? You have daily equal lows. Here and here. On a 1 hour, it looks like this. Here and here. Also, the top of that aligns with new week opening gap. So I agree. What's up, Malance? What's up, Nick? Yeah, honestly, I'm with you. This looks like it could be the draw. I just didn't have a really that much of a read on it today. I mean, think about the game. Like, think about the price action. We just undid all of this action that lasted almost 3 days worth of price action, and done in a couple hours. Three days of gains, if you want to call it that. But also, something I'm noticing right now is look at the bodies on the volume imbalance that we also talked about. Respecting that on the daily. See? So, wicks coming up here above the bodies, doing some damage. You got this imbalance here. Oh, you're saying full of fib? Here. Yeah, one standard deviation aligns with this. I don't think we're gonna come. Could. But realistically, we got today and tomorrow. And the only news we have tomorrow is, I guess if he's speaking, it could do something crazy. You never know. Generally, when he's I'll wait to trade when he's finished talking. Otherwise, he'll say one thing, the market will go crazy, and then he'll say another, and he'll do the opposite. It's just like, that's not what I want to be in. You're saying use the hourly fib from 84.50 here. Wait. Yeah, check out that low. Down a can, you're funded. Damn. I'm flat. I'll give it 4 more minutes. 11:45. We did just take out this level, so I'm gonna mark that. Let's just mark out the daily fair value. FV. And I usually just do FF, like fair value got fill. I know that's like the Yeah, nice little like 1 hour kind of swing point here. Not on a 50. It was just so choppy down here. Didn't really give any kind of retracement. Wasn't really interested in trading on one chart. But if I was short bias and I did think that it was going to dump, right, then I guess whoever was saying this candle entry, you know, stop above the candle high, then you could maybe get a move down, right, for like a nice 3. But I really didn't have a good read on what I wanted to do. It looks obvious in hindsight now, but was for lunch? I don't know. Watch this thing drop like, how many handles are we at? 300? Watch it go like, have be like a huge day right before Powell speaks. You got these lows, this imbalance here. It would need to clear this daily. Maybe we might miss the move on NASDAQ, but if this can roll over. I'll keep these drawn out and we'll go to lunch and see what happens. It kind of looks like it's losing a little steam, right? On the 15-minute. This candle's about to close. Yeah, equal highs taken out here. Bullish. Yeah, this thing just tanked, didn't it? How many handles is that on? Like a 5-minute. It's starting to accelerate now. No, I usually don't stream. I just stream mornings usually, because that's when I like to trade, is the mornings compared to the afternoon. But yeah, man, this thing. Woo! Win Jim. I got Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Today's Thursday, so I'm chilling. Yeah, you got your piece. Once you start sizing a little bit heavier or can hold more contracts, then it's nice to like leave runners and stuff and maybe catch a move like this. But they've been few and far between. The runs have. Yeah, unless over lunch, like through lunch, unless we get some kind of structure that forms on NASDAQ down here after sweeping the lows on the daily. Digging into this imbalance here. Unless we can kind of get some kind of structure that forms, it'll probably just run without me in the afternoon. Let's zoom out. Yeah, so I'll come back and we'll have it set up nice like this, just to get a nice overview. What will be the first big thing you're gonna, with what? Like trading profits? I like to go on trips. I don't really like to buy stuff. Travel. All right, I'll full port right now. You gonna reimburse me? But we'll call it here, guys. It's 11:48. Had a nice little drop just now in the past 15, 20 minutes. But we'll call it here. I'm gonna get some lunch, and I'll peek at the chart during lunch while I eat, and then come back. I usually like to come back around like 1:30 ish. But yeah, nothing today so far. Oil was looking nice for a second, but it kind of just started moving higher and higher. So we didn't see that the market didn't tell us, right? It didn't show us signs that it was ready to go lower. So and then Nasdaq just out of this consolidation, just down this discount array. So I didn't really have a good read on it. I didn't really see anything I liked. But tomorrow, right? Or maybe even this afternoon, we'll get something. So thank you guys for coming. Don't forget to smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to get alerts when we go live. And be able to chat in the chat room, and then also leave a comment. Right? Let me know what you guys enjoy the most from these streams. Right? It could be chill, relaxation, right? The chatter, the analysis, whatever, right? Let me know. All right. You guys have a good lunch. I'll see you